What's up, guys? Doomwake here, and welcome back to some more Pioneer content on the channel. Before we continue, as always, if you are enjoying the content, please consider subscribing to the channel. It really does help out the algorithm and the channel analytics. I really do appreciate all those new subscribers. We're trying to make that push towards 20K, and thank you for all the new subscribers. And last but certainly not least, like the video and leave a comment in the comment section down below. Speaking of comments, I did read there was a lot of comments in that Pioneer announcement video, and there was a lot of you guys seem to want to keep the Pioneer content flowing, and we do have a little bit of a backlog. I'll be honest, this league is before the RC and DC. That's a tongue twister. Say that 10 times fast. And we just kind of wanted to showcase some of the decks that we haven't shown on the channel yet. So, it's obviously not as relevant because it's a little while ago and with the recent announcement, but there is certainly an audience for Pioneer, and this is one of the better decks in the format. Now, maybe not in this particular form because the more popular Greasefang deck as of late has been Mardu, but Greasefang did receive some pretty significant upgrades in the new set, notably Overlord of the Balemurk, which is very good because it is a way similar to cards like Grizzly Salvage of the past, where you can mill over cards because you want to put Parhelion in the graveyard, and then you can get a creature back, namely Greasefang. But what's nice about the Overlord is that even in the games where your opponent has something like a Rest in Peace or other graveyard hate, it's just a 5-mana 5/5. So it is a way for you to kind of have this plan B built into your mill spell that also finds Greasefang, so on and so forth. Another new addition here is Say Its Name. Now, this one is a bit of a contentious inclusion in the deck because with cards like Grizzly Salvage and things of that nature, this doesn't actually mill as many cards as Grizzly Salvage, where Salvage looks at 5, this only looks at 3. But this one has a couple of upsides. So first and foremost, you get to add the 9/9 Trample Altanak the Thrice-Called to your deck, where if you just randomly have 3 of these in your graveyard, boom, you now have a 9/9 Trample. Pretty hard to beat. Or can be hard to beat for certain strategies. And the other important thing about Say Its Name is it doesn't just look at the top 5 cards that you milled, it looks at your entire graveyard. So if you had a Greasefang that was killed or discarded earlier in the game, even if you don't mill one off of Say Its Name, you can still rebuy that same Greasefang. Cash Grab, not necessarily a new card, it's Bloomburrow, not Duskmourn. Similar concept where this is sort of the opposite of Say Its Name, where you only get to look at the top 4, but it's any permanent. And the important part about that is, one, it works through graveyard hate because Say Its Name, the way it's worded, if there's nothing in the graveyard, you can't get anything back. But with Cash Grab and other cards that have the words from among the cards milled this way, even if they have a Rest in Peace, you can still pick up a permanent. And on top of all of that, because it finds any permanent, not just creature or land, you can actually get Esika's Chariot instead of Greasefang in the games where your opponent does have that graveyard hate. Rest of the deck is pretty straightforward. Discard spells to protect Greasefang, Raffine's Informant just to be able to put Parhelion into the graveyard, couple of removal spells. Specifically, Bitter Triumph is important because it discards cards as additional cost. And then the last new card that I wanted to try out here, this is sort of a fun of. It's a inclusion that I don't really think I've seen anybody try this card in Greasefang. The idea here was it was an extra vehicle. It's sort of the 9th vehicle instead of playing Sky Sovereigns, which you see the Sky Sovereigns in the sideboard. But I wanted to try this out because it is a way to, if you have this in play, you can hit a bunch of land drops, and it doesn't sound like it's that achievable, but if you hit enough land drops off of it, you can eventually cast Parhelion, and it works for all of your mill spells. So if you're milling lands off of Cash Grab and Say Its Name, you get to put those into play off of the Hedge Shredder. Mana base, nothing too crazy. And then as far as the sideboard is concerned, Fatal Pushes, Duress, Fatal Push for the Rakdos Prowess deck, Duress for Control and other combo decks, Hearse for Phoenix, Bankbuster for Rakdos, Tear Asunder for Rest in Peace, Hearse, Soul Guide Lantern, anything of that nature, Lockdown for the small creature decks, and then an additional Sky Sovereign when you just need an extra vehicle. This one also plays kind of fine through Graveyard Hate as well. That is pretty much it. We are going to try to see if we can get some rats into play and attack people with very large boat. And with all of that said, I will see you back here in just a little bit for round number 1. No, that's gonna be a no for me. This hand is missing white mana, but we can say its name for white mana. So we keep this, put back the... It's a little risky to put back the second Greasefang, but like... If they're playing the Prowess deck, I think I'd rather keep double Thoughtseize. So let's do this. That is definitely not the Prowess deck. We have a Kinnan Jump Scare. Kinnan Jump Scare. I think it's just this. Slow him down a little bit. Kind of makes the most sense. Cash Grab is fine. I mean, it's a little bit... What I don't love about Cash Grab compared to the other options is, like, say its name and the... I was going to say. Say its name and the Overlord return anything back, not just of the cards that you milled. So, I think in general, it's probably a little bit worse than those two options. We haven't had the opportunity to do the say its name Altanak stuff, but again, like, just the important part is that, like, if they kill or Thoughtseize a Greasefang and then you top deck a say its name later on, you're not priced into, like, hoping that you mill the Greasefang off of those three. You can just get it back, which is the important part for sure. I would not say that it's a better salvage. I would say it's strictly different. That is what I would say. Let's get back this. And then go here. 3, 4. Take Relic, probably. Because if I take Rhoda, they can just get it. They can get it back with Rutstein. Yeah, Cash Grab is a little bit better versus Exile effects. So if your opponent has a Rest in Peace in play or a Leyline of the Void, the way that Cash Grab is worded, you can still, like, get a card back off of Cash Grab because it's among the milled cards. But with stuff like Overlord, it's you can't do it with Overlord, so it's a little bit worse in specific situations. It's worse, but it's not worse all the time. It's just different, like I said. So we go here. Like here, for example, we milled nothing, but we were still able to get back the Raffine's Informant, and that's huge, right? Like, here is a perfect example of why Overlord is good, or, like, why it is better in certain situations than stuff like Salvage. Why Cash Grab instead of Grizzly Salvage? Yeah, so that's a debate too, right? Where Grizzly Salvage looks at 5, Cash Grab looks at 4. But the big difference there is that, like you said, Grizzly Salvage doesn't hit Chariot. And especially in post-board games, when you're, like, gonna be playing against, on average, a lot of graveyard hate, you kind of want your dig spells to be able to find your cards that don't interact with the graveyard. There's no way their deck plays Thoughtseize. I can't imagine their deck would have Thoughtseize in it. Yeah, that's true. Well, if we're comparing Cash Grab versus Grizzly Salvage specifically, they're both instants. But yeah, just again, the fact that it gets Chariot is huge. It's way more relevant in the post-board games. Because you want to be able to, you want more access to Chariot in those games. What about Mono Red Madness with Inti and FOMO? Somebody had, we did a deck tech earlier today for a Hollow One deck that was like FOMO, Cathartic Reunion, Hollow One, Fable. Look kind of cool. I could see it. You know what's really nice is FOMO with Flameblade Adepts. Like, you can get a really big Flameblade Adepts and then get a double attack in with it. That's kind of hot. Attack. All right. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. I do love me some ADTR. Wow, this sounds good. This sounds really good. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, stinky. So they need land Relic of Legends to kill me, I think. I guess it would have to be untapped land Relic of Legends. They fucked up, though. They should have scryed with the dungeon before looting with the Rona, because the dungeon lets them scry one. So if they were digging for Relic, they could have scryed first and then looted with the Rona to get them one card deeper. Right. Pretty sure one of the dungeon scries. Yeah, this one. All right, well, it appears they did not find the land and the relic. All right, what do we want against this deck? Push, Tear Asunder. I don't know if I want any of these cards. Maybe the Hearses. Hearses over Duresses. I don't think they have a lot of Duress targets. Opponent has kept 7. My hand is probably okay. It's like turn 1 Thoughtseize, turn 2 Overlord. It's missing a Greasefang, obviously, but hopefully we can find one off the Overlord. Let's go here. Trying to think of which one of these is more important. Probably this, because it just makes a boatload of mana. Tear Asunder for Relic. I don't know. I don't think they have enough targets for Tear Asunder is the issue. It does kill Relic, but... Okay. So we know about Acererak, one unknown. I don't think we need to play the Hearse this turn. Let's get back this. I mean, I guess we can kick the Tear Asunder to kill a legendary creature. Like, it at least has targets, but then 4 mana is kind of a lot. But it does do stuff even when they don't draw. It does do stuff even when they don't draw the Relic, which maybe I should have also boarded in Fatal Push. It's just really hard to sideboard with Greasefang sometimes, because you don't want to cut too much of your engine pieces. So yeah, it's like Fatal Push is good, but even Lockdown has some uses, like some situations where it's good. Oh, well. Forget I said anything. Pretend I didn't say anything. Simply just get lucky, you know? Magic is easy, folks. Magic is the easiest game in the world. Against your judgment. You don't make me who I am. Something tells me we're probably not dead. Okay, hold. Yo, hold up. Hold on, Kenny, hold on. We can talk about this. Hey. Wait, we're actually dead? Right? Tap. Yeah, we're dead. Damn it. Unfortunate. Shit. All right, game 3. Game 3. Wait, they looted? God damn it, why? I mean, they did have me dead if they didn't loot, but it's like, I think they looted at the exact same time that I clicked concede. But yeah, they didn't need to loot. They just go, make a mana here, pick up Acererak, untap this, replay, untap this, make a mana, replay Acererak, untap, make a mana. They had it. But they just didn't do it for some reason. I don't know why. It's all right. We're on the play this game. Do I want the Fatal Pushes? Acererak tapped the black mana anyways. Well, they didn't have any extra mana after that, right? Because after they looted, they could only make one more mana. I kind of want these Fatal Pushes. Maybe I don't want the Hearses. Could do something like this. Let's try this. This looks strange, but I kind of want to go all in on... Parhelion anyways, so I don't really need the Chariot as much. Yeah, so in theory we were dead, but maybe they didn't know that. Maybe they just don't know how to do the combo. That could be, right? I think there is a viable Delirium deck with Fear of Missing Out, Bitter Reunion, and Plant. So I don't know if you want to be playing Bitter Reunion, but if you check the Mox field, I do have a version of that deck. Give me a sec here. I play Informant or Overlord. I think I'd rather dig for a Greasefang. We missed. So yeah, if you check the Mox field, I do have a version of Gruul FOMO. I'll link you to it right now. You can also type ! Mox field to get a link to the Mox field page. But check that deck out. It doesn't have the Bitter Reunions, but it does have like FOMO, Flytrap, that kind of stuff. That's what I think is where I want to be with the Delirium stuff in Pioneer. Uh-oh. I did not board in an answer to that card, which is kind of a problem. A little bit of a problem. They know. Okay, I didn't mill the third one anyways. Alright, go. Can like double Overlord next turn, maybe? I don't know. This is gonna be a weird game. I only played a few games with that specific version, Little Blue Guy, but the Wicker Folk was nice. It's 2 types. The way that I structured that version, it's a little bit more aggressive than previous versions. So just having a 3/2 haste is kind of nice. And then if you have Delirium, it's like 4/3 trample haste for 2 is just a good raid. So I kind of liked it. Because you just want to be a lot more aggressive. These Overlords will eventually get there. Eventually. We did hit an Informant. Just gonna attack you with some 5/5s, I guess. Yeah, the 3/3, I think that is a good find. That's one that I didn't have in the initial build, but the Patchwork Beastie, I think is what it's called. That card seems good. Because, again, it's 2 types, and it just, like... Even if it never attacks or blocks for at least a couple of turns, it's really good at getting the party started. And between that and Fear of Missing Out, you have enough stuff. Between that, Fear of Missing Out, and the 3/2, the theory was that you had enough things that had 2 types, so that even when you only have 3 cards in your graveyard, you can still get Delirium, which is nice. Playing Coco? Alright. I didn't know they were a Coco deck. Alright, 5/5 coming in. 5 mana 5/5 coming in. I gotta tell you, Daniel, I don't know what to think of this song. I'm not gonna say it's bad, but it's very different, you know? It's very, very different. Trading. Ideas for removal. The very first list that I played had a package of Lightning Axe and Fiery Temper, which with Fear of Missing Out and Fable the Mirror Breaker, you have a decent number of discard outlets. So I think that is potentially good. What is the end of this? Oh, okay. So yeah, you could maybe consider playing like that package, but you don't really want to play one without the other. You have 4 cards in hand. Yeah, keep the Bitter Triumph. But the awkward part about playing Fiery Temper and Lightning Axe is they're not really good independent cards. I mean, Fiery Temper, you still can discard to something like Fable the Mirror Breaker or Fear of Missing Out, so you get some sort of utility there. But Lightning Axe is... I mean, at least Lightning Axe is 2 types for Delirium. Potentially 3 if you can discard a Fear of Missing Out or an artifact creature. So there's that as well, where, you know, more discard outlets for Delirium. It's kind of nice. Yeah, it was Miley Cyrus and Metallica doing Nothing Else Matters. It was different. I didn't know what to expect, but it wasn't bad. If you wanted to go deep on, like, enchantment removal spells, I guess you could consider playing Oath of Chandra. But I don't know if I like that. But it is maybe a consideration. All right, I'm Bing chilling. Bing chilling. We're getting a 5/5. Yeah, you could maybe do Chainsaw too. Not the worst idea. Should I Boseiju the Hearse now? No. I don't think I need to. We got a Coco. Okay. Oh shit, they can get back Frillback to pop the Overlord. No! Stop! Stop! Damn it. I think the Delirium deck is a good fit for Inti. The first version that we played had Inti, but the thing that I realized is that Inti was kind of slow, and I wanted to try to take the deck in a more aggressive direction, and therefore I ended up cutting the Intis. Okay. Yeah. So they're going to kill the Overlord, then I can go end of turn, kill the Hearse. Maybe Bitter Triumph the Frillback. They just get in for 6. It's a weird game. What's up, Ride or Die? Welcome to the stream. Deck is slow if you don't have the Fly Trap or the 3-Called. Well, that was kind of the idea behind playing the 3/2 haste. So it's like if you play Patchwork Beastie and the 3/2 haste, you do make the deck a little bit more aggressive. So you have more opportunities to have those aggressive starts. Where it's like, even if you don't have Turbo Delirium on curve with Flytrap, because obviously those are your best draws, but even in the situations where you don't have those, if you just go like turn 1 Beastie, turn 2 Cash Grab, Delirium attack for 3, then turn 3 you follow it up with the 4/3, that's like 7 more damage. Like you can get some pretty aggressive starts. Am I killing this Shrillback? I don't want to. I don't think I want to. No. Guess I'm just going to get this in 2 turns. I guess we can cast this. That might change my decision. Now what? Could discard the Overlord, kill the Frillback, hit for 6, they go to 8, and then next turn I have 9 power. I could discard the Triumph and impending the Overlord, or I could discard the Triumph and then wait to cast the Overlord till next turn. Yeah, that's a good point. Like, as soon as they untap the Plaza, we're not going to be able to kill Legends with the Bitter Triumph, so it might just be better to go discard, kill, hit for 6. Kind of out of gas at that point, though, is the issue. But, I mean, this is the aggressive line for sure. All right. I mean, there's not a lot of extra steps. It's just Greasefang with the same number of steps. I haven't... Well, that's not true. I played a couple of matches of New Standard this morning when I just fired up Arena to, like, figure out which decks I could build with very little wildcards. And I ended up playing a couple matches with Boros Auras, and I also played a couple of matches with the Teamer Stormsplitter deck. That Stormsplitter deck is kind of busted. Big fan of that deck. Not yet. I mean, we're still focusing on Pioneer up until the RC, but after the RC, I might fuck with Standard for a little bit. That was a good draw. I'm going to send everything this turn because they're so likely to block Giganta and Plaza. We can get back... Oh, the Overlord can't get back the other Overlord. Shit. This is still fine. Take 6, go to 2. We could just deploy Greasefang. Phoenix is not great against Boggles, in my experience. I mean, it all depends on whether or not they lead on turn 1 Gladecover Scout versus any other creature. Like, that's the big thing, right? But I think in general, I would say that Boggles is relatively favored against Phoenix. 3 mana, 4/3 coming in. All right, song request from Code Empire. Look at that. Didn't need the vehicles anyways. Playing against Zlod. What is Zlod up to? Not quite. Better. Slightly better. Not a lot, but slightly better. Most of them are playing 0 copies Turnpike Bear. Maybe 2 in the sideboard, but not all of them are playing Thick in the Ice. You know, that is not bad. I gotta say, that is not the worst draw. Alright, Raffine me. See ya. Alright, can I get a little rat? Can we get a little rat action? You see, chat, what we need to do is we need to spam Rat Jam to summon the Greasefang to the top of my deck. Can you do that for me? Alright, well, not enough people rat jammed. One man spam, one man spam. Successful pyramid achieved. Successful pyramid achieved. Tomber is a VIP, so I would expect it. Also, nobody else is chatting, so... The freest pyramid of his life. Whoa! Chill there, buddy. Why don't you chill the fuck out? Too tired for chatting? You and me both. Draw Shredder, regret discarding second Green Source. I mean, there's only one Shredder, right? Like, What are the odds that we would draw the one Shredder? Guess we play the plains first? No, there's no reason to. Because I can't Overlord. I can't. There's no green card that I can Overlord into, right? Perhaps tapping out. It's kind of greedy. Dude, I'm gonna tell you, I'll find this fucking Greasefang eventually. I'll find it eventually. I will tell you that. They're trading? Really? Why would you trade when I'm tapped out? Wouldn't you just, like, use the Fable to try and find Transmogrify? I'm confused. I guess they could just go land case Transmogrify, because they do have 6 mana. Oh, they're getting the Fable, right? They could just target that, right? I forgot they were flipping the Reflection. Yeah. I'm not beating it. There's no chance of beating that card. Not gonna happen. We played this matchup before, and I don't think that I sideboarded properly, but I'm not really sure how I'm supposed to sideboard. I think all of these 7 are reasonable. Kind of want max discard. I think Vel'Koboth is a lot better than Atraxa. You just can't kill it. What are you supposed to do? It's actually unkillable. I think I did this and something like this and played 3 pushes. Let's try that. Trim Overlord. Guess I could do this instead. Yeah, that's probably fine. I guess that's fine. I'm not sure what type of sideboard cards you would want to play against Transmogrify, though. Yeah, pick your poison. I mean, I guess, like, if you're that worried about Vel'Koboth out of either Creativity or Transmogrify, you could just play pick your poison. It is good against them. Yes, my terror was definitely eaten. Is this the YOLO hand? Is this perhaps the YOLO hand? All right, what if we don't cast Thoughtseize on turn 1? Hear me out. Just let me cook for a little bit. Let him cook. It's the punishment for not casting Thoughtseize, right? I'm actually still thinking about tapped and Thoughtseize myself. And then, okay, so hear me out, okay? If I go tap land Thoughtseize myself, they're probably going to cast Thoughtseize next turn. They're going to take the Greasefang. And then if I draw land, I can say its name to get back the Greasefang, right? So that's option number 1. If they don't have Thoughtseize and I don't draw land, I can just say its name, find a land. I'm a turn behind. That's fine, whatever. So I really do think that this is the right play. It looks psychotic, but I think it's right. This is bad if they go Black Source double Thoughtseize, take the Greasefang and the say its name. Like, that's probably the worst case scenario. Okay, well, we didn't draw land. So now we should cash grab for a land. Take this one. And I will simply draw the Greasefang next turn. I believe the best Transmog target is Vel'Koboth and the best Creativity target is Valborn. I still think that the best Creativity target might still also be Vel'Koboth. Like, I understand it's similar to, like, why people didn't want a Creativity into Atraxa, where, like, you are restricting your options in terms of when you creativity for X equals 2 and you have a bunch of legends, then you can't hit like 2 of the same legend in play. But I don't know, man. The first Valgaboth is so hard for so many decks to beat that I think it might just be worth it. Like, that card is messed up. Anybody who's not playing a sweeper can never beat that card. Like, it's just not possible. I think they're missing land drops. I'm just going to do this. Yeah, I mean, I guess if you're playing creativity, you know what you could do? You could do, like, 2 Vaultborn, 1 Atraxa, 1 Valgaboth. Is that crazy? What do you think about that? Is there a way to play MTG Commander online? Asks Chris_2G. I believe there is. They have dual Commander leagues that were recently added. I want to say they were added within past couple of months. But yeah, if you install the client, there should be ways to do it. So they have Rending Volley. Is that what this is? Oh well, it's a good draw step. All right, I'm going to run a quick ad break while we are waiting for sideboard. Don't worry. For those of you who want to see all of the action, you will not miss anything. I will not start Game 3 until the ad break has been completed. All right, ad break running. If you'd not like to watch the ads, you can subscribe to the channel for free with an Amazon Prime subscription. Edge. Edge. Turbo users unite. Yeah, I've heard good things about Switch Turbo. Matters that a deck like Junsack can ignore Vaultborn or Atraxa, but they can't combo through a Valgaboth. Yeah, well, that's the thing too. Is like Valgaboth, the passive on Valgaboth is just like shuts off so many different decks, right? Phoenix, they can't put anything else in the graveyard, so whatever is in their graveyard by the time, like when you put the Valgaboth in play, that's all they get. The sacrifice decks, like you said, can't combo through it. You have even against something like Lotus Field. I played against Lotus Field with the Esper Reanimator deck earlier, and I put a Valgaboth into play. And it was just weirdly hard for them to combo because they couldn't go through Leer, so it like makes them play in a weird way. There's just a lot of random decks that just get hosed by that passive, you know? What I love about Shredder is the fact that it lets you, let me keep this. It lets you like just start hardcasting your big stuff. Like, I could realistically see you having Hedge Shredder in play for a turn or two and just having enough mana to hardcast Parhelion. I don't know what the correct number is to play. I doubt it's more than 2, but I think that you could certainly sell beyond 2 copies. See ya. Okay, well, their hand got a lot worse. Play the doll if you're playing Shredder. Why would those two go hand in hand? Skill issue. I don't want to talk about it. We are not going to be discussing the events that just took place. It's not going to happen. Okay, that's good. We will no longer be discussing the events that just transpired. Not going to happen. So the last card is, I don't know what happened. FNR SLVR. Thank you very much for the 8-month resub. Welcome back, FNR. Should I have killed the Fountain Port? Perhaps should have killed the Fountain Port. Because now they get to go end step, make a token, untap, draw a card with it. I guess, like, if that's their whole turn, maybe I'm okay with that. Hear me out. What if we played Fountain Port in Rakdos midrange? Like, even just in the normal Rakdos deck, it's like a one of. You remember how they used to play Mutaball? I think this might just be a better card in black-red mid than Mutaball. Because you can sack, like, you can sack Fable tokens to it, you can sack Bankbuster tokens to it. There's probably some other stuff. Blood Tithe Harvester tokens. Seems good. Yeah. I would try, like, if you're playing Rakdos, I think trying one copy is good. It seems like a good card. Have you thought of a Springleaf Drum and the other tapper that makes mana with the Entomb and 4 mana Reanimate activated ability 1-drop creature as a package for a fast, fair Reanimator deck? What is 4 mana Reanimate activated ability? What's that card? I don't know if I'm familiar with that one. Yeah, I know the 2-drop. What's the 4 mana one you're talking about? Oh, the Faithful. 1 mana, 1/1, you can pay 4 to sack. Got it. I see. I see what you're saying. So you play what? You do like Springleaf Drum, Sentinel Stalwart, the Entomb guy. You know what you could do? Now that you mention it, you could do the Entomb guy, and you could also play Kona, because Kona would be a good way, like a backup way to put your stuff into play. If you, A, don't draw the reanimation spell, or B, are getting attacked like your graveyard's getting attacked. So it's like Kona Reanimator. I could buy that. Oh, you get a trophy as well. How different was your list? So you had none of the red 1-drops. You had FOMO. Okay, I have a question for you, Dick. How frequently did you have Delirium when you drew FOMO? Because I was under the impression that Boros was terrible at getting Delirium, and that's why I didn't try FOMO. Not hit a creature, unfortunately. Bro, there's ain't no way you're gonna draw Transmogrify right now. Please don't. Come on, man. Don't draw Transmogrify. Chew with that. Do. Oh, they have Clings. They get 2 looks at it. Oh, no. Channel ends at Inti. Yeah, I was just worried that you didn't have a lot of types, right? Because you have no instants or sorceries. It's just all permanents. So I was a little bit skeptical of it, but it is powerful with a lot of your cards. Like, it's exceptionally powerful with like Annabella. It's good with Annabella, Anim Macabre. It's good with plenty of stuff, right? So it makes sense. Yeah, the channel ends with the legends are smart. I want to say, I don't remember how many channel lands I played. I think I played 3 total. All right, 2-0. It's a long match. This hand's kind of sus. This hand is also sus. I don't want to go to 5, though. I don't think I want to go to 5. Do you think that I'm in I will select the Lotus Cobra. The Cobra. Would have kept the first hand? Yeah, I mean, I thought about it, but maybe mulling the first hand was too greedy. Like, it was lands and castable spells, right? They have 2 analysts anyways, so it's probably better to just cash grab here. So let's do that. Bit simple. And then, like, best case scenario, we mill Greasefang, pick up that, draw a white source or something. Well, none of those happened. I guess I will take the castable spell. Okay, white source acquired. That's good. So let's go here. Oops. And here... Overlord of the Balemurk. Did not mill a Greasefang, but we can get this. No, say its name. Say its name and he appears. I believe in Parhelion. Do I say that every time I cast the Overlord? No. Maybe. Unfortunate that we don't have a vehicle in the graveyard. Tough. This is... Let me know how changes go. Yeah, for sure. Your list is pretty damn close to the one that we played, but I do like some of the changes you made. How was Embercleave, by the way? That's one card that I was interested in. The Greasefang. I would like one greasy boy, please. One greasy boy. All right, take 1,000,000. Killed Lotus Field combo with a game 1 and 3. Yeah, it does make a lot of sense, like, as the format speeds up, kind of want ways to, like, just be a little bit faster, and Cleave definitely does that. It was on Yeoman's Twitter distinction. I just copied Yeoman's list. Oh, right. I forgot you can't target your own shit with this. Well, fuck. All right, go. It is Savage, yeah, it is. Speaking of which, I gotta schedule that. Thank you for reminding me. Should do that right now. It is all ready to go. Let me schedule that real quick. Wait, is it not scheduled? Hold on. Oh, here it is. We'll just call it Watching the Meta 3. We'll call it number 3. Okay, that looks fine. And then schedule, what's today? The 25th? 25th, 9 p.m. Yeah, we're trying a lot of different stuff out with the metagame video. I'm going to actually get on a call with my editor next week, and we're going to try and, like, figure out some more things that we can do to make it, like, a little bit more palatable. There's a lot of interesting things, and I think that maybe, like, after the RC, what I might want to do is try to just do it where we're talking about multiple different formats at the same time, and, like, maybe not do as deep of a dive on that specific format, but like, do, like, a little bit of Modern, a little bit of Pioneer, maybe a little bit of Standard, stuff like that, and then just kind of expand it a little bit. Reach, huh? Reach. What does this do? Well, I mean, I probably should kill that, right? Because otherwise they could just get, like, just do this over and over again. Yeah. All right, kill that. Loop established. Well, not if I kill the port. Do I have any good attacks? If I send everything, they block here, take 11, go to 4. I mean, if they have nothing in hand, attacking with everything kills them next turn, right? Is it getting any better? I don't know if it is. Yeah, I think I have to attack. They get it back on attack, though. Yeah, but it comes into play tapped. Also, no, they don't. It's only when it enters. This isn't just a Titan, you know? It's only when it enters, not when it attacks. Only I can play the Titans, okay? You think their cards are good? Read my cards. All right, what were we thinking about with their Reanimator deck? I'm just gonna take this, right? Can they put lands into play at instant speed? I hope not. Okay, so we were thinking Spring Leaf Drum, Citadel Stalwart, Cynical Loner. What's the 1-mana 1/1 Valgaboth's Faithful, right? Valgaboth's Faithful. Kona, Atraxa, Valgaboth. Oh, they can just Yori on it, huh? Anything else that we want to write down on this list? Springleaf Drum, Stalwart, ways to tap Loner and Kona. Then you have Faithful for Reanimate, Atraxa, Valgaboth. I guess we could also do maybe Rite of the Moth. Something like that. Yeah, and then you could do, like, say its name Altanak. Gather Courage for Kona. If you have Drum and Stalwart, I'm not sure you also need Gather Courage, you know? Like, I know why you like Gather Courage, but I'm just not sure you need it as much. Yeah, Dirge maybe. Dirge could be okay. But basically the concept is, like, you have ways to bin stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4. Even if I hit, I think I still can't kill them, right? Oh, I also have to put this in the graveyard, which means I can't play my land for the turn. Alright, I'm dead. I don't know what I want to do against them. Maybe Hearse? Hearse to stop their graveyard land stuff. Push bad, Tear Asunder mid. I don't think Duress is very good. A lot of their payoffs are creature-based, so... Yeah, that is true. Altanak can also be a ramp spell, so... Oh, that's why you're suggesting playing more copies of Altanak? Maybe. Cobra Deluge, Spelunking Omnath. Just gonna take Cobra. I'm gonna try and slow him down a little bit. Yeah, removal spell would have probably won the game. If I had been able to kill that Lumra. Oh yeah, that's the other thing I wanted to work on too. I'll work on some stuff off stream tonight. I'll build this deck, and then we'll build... I'm just going to write down Mardu Greasefang. Because I wanted to see what Mardu Greasefang looked like with FOMO. It's a good draw. Marcus Chariota. How many ways, like... I guess you have enough different types in the Mardu Greasefang deck, because you have enchantments with FOMO Fable, you have artifacts with the vehicles. Yeah, but you probably have enough. You probably have a good enough spread of types, right? Enchantments with FOMO. Copy. Am I going to try Mason's Enigmatic deck at all? I have a version of Enigmatic as well that I might want to try. This is exactly lethal next turn. I don't know which version I want to try first, but I will certainly be playing Enigmatic at some point, yeah. There's so many different ways to build that deck. I'm not sure what the right way to build it is. Cool. Have I tried drying? No. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. If you want a Greasefang with FOMO's extra attack phase, you need a second vehicle in the yard. Oh, yeah. Yeah, because it... Yeah, that makes sense. They don't stop coming and they don't stop coming. Did you know that they don't stop coming? True. Go! Have I put Hedge Shredder into play a single time yet? I think once. I mean, I'm only playing one copy, so it's not going to come up that often. Oh, would you look at that? Is that draw good? If so, why? If you keep coming and keep coming and keep coming and keep coming for more than 4 hours, please seek medical attention. All that glitters is gold. We can't be saying stuff like that in chat. Come on. Come on. Come on, chat. What are we doing here? Chat is unhinged. Absolutely unhinged tonight. Oh, you're dead. Remember that time that you died? Although, to be fair, we did Greasefang them last in game 1, and they didn't die, so it's possible they're not dead. Run this back. I said, yep. I said, yep. All right, 3-0. Now, again, I don't know if the Altanak shit is good. Like, maybe you don't want to be playing Altanak, but it's kind of free. Like, if you've decided the cash grab is the better mill spell, then it's like there's no reason not to play the Altanak. Yeah, it's possible that maybe salvage is better than cash grab. I do like that cash grab finds Chariot in the postboard games. That is big. But maybe that just doesn't come up enough that you'd rather play salvage. That's close. Sand is no bueno. Is there no standard anymore? Is there no chat standard anymore? All right, have to keep this. Can't be something you're not. Yeah, I guess that's a good point too. Cash grab finds lockdown. That is kind of huge. So if your sideboard has a pile of lockdowns, I mean, even just stuff like in the postboard games, Bankbuster and Hearse. Like, I think maybe that's enough reason to just, that's got to be enough reason, right? Like, look at the sideboard. It just finds everything. All the cards that matter. Hearse, Bankbuster, Lockdown. That is huge. All right, I am once again... Oh, wait, I should just Overlord, right? Yeah, because we already have the Greasefang. Well, we did hit. Angels is one of the few decks that can very easily survive a Parhelion attack. So... might get dicey. So they have Coco. Oh my god. No, there's no way they're going to Coco into Skyclave, right? There's no chance. There's no shot they're going to Coco into Skyclave here. Come on. No. No. Somehow that's worse? I think? I don't know. Is that worse? It might be. It's gotta be close. And they're at 14. My face when my Angel's opponent draws 2 Cocos. And Angels is like such a shitty deck to play against. Brother, what? Yeah, I'm gonna block. Alright, you win. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. Fucking, I hate Angels so much. Alright, what do we do against Angels? Probably this. Duress bad. You have to bring in this for Rest in Peace. One of these can go... Against Rip, did we just cut this? Perhaps. What else are you cutting against them? You want to cut Thoughtseize? Really? I want to Thoughtseize the shit out of their Cocos. How do they win if they don't cast Coco? Their deck is just terrible when they don't have that card. Could trim, maybe. Could do, like, 2 Thoughtseize and cut the Shredder. I just don't see how their deck ever wins a game that doesn't involve resolving a Collected Company. I'm gonna try this. Maybe that's a reason to keep in Duress, but... I don't want to go too deep on the discard. I'm keeping this. I guess this hand does not have an answer to a Rest in Peace, so maybe it's a little sus. Yeah, Chariot is kind of mid too, but... Like, the problem with cutting Chariot is then you're just so much weaker to the post-board rips. You know? Nah, Greasefang is not good into Phoenix. That's always been one of Greasefang's weakest matchups. Like, that is the reason to not play Greasefang. I shouldn't have 6. Oh, you meant Angels? Dude, I don't know. Every single person I've talked to seems to think that Angels beats Phoenix. I don't see it, man. I don't see it. I've played this matchup a lot from the Phoenix side of things, and I just kill their shit, and I don't know, it just doesn't seem that difficult. So it's hard for me to explain, you know. I don't know. That's what everybody tells me. But I don't know, man. I don't buy it. I don't buy it. All right, well, I'll just attack. Real. I wanna live lost in. Oh. It's not the worst. Bishop. Okay. Let's get this out of here. Kind of wish I had some leftovers that I could use after killing the Rest in Peace, but... Well, that is something. I think that means we're supposed to hold until we draw a Parhelion. Yeah. The fact that we have 2 of these gone is kind of awkward, because that was like the perfect top deck. I mean, I guess I should be mana efficient and just play the Greasefang this turn. Because the problem with waiting is that my Bitter Triumph costs 4 mana. So I can't ever get into a situation where I have enough mana to go Triumph, kill something, and then play the Greasefang. So even though it exposes it to Skyclave, I think it's worth playing here, just for the high upside of drawing a vehicle next turn. Turns out we're probably just dead anyways. All right. God, this hand looks so terrible. I mean, it has Raffine's Informant Parhelion plus Thoughtseize. I mean, you just have to jam, right? You have to jam here. This hand is too juicy to not go for it. I'm gonna take the March. Because that one kills Greasefang every time. This one kills Greasefang half of the time. It's felt okay so far. Okay. Surely, right? You got one shot, one opportunity. Hold. Never didn't have it. You want to ask me how Greasefang's feeling again? Okay, so they're playing Naya Creativity. So Duress good. Lockdown is kind of interesting. Tear is good. I'm trying to think of how good Lockdown is. Kills Fable tokens. It's maybe not that good. Yeah, never mind. It's not that good. So it's just the Duress and the 2 Tear Asunders. Kind of don't love these. It'll be a long time coming. Got the Shredder and Trim 1 Overlord. Try that, maybe. Oh, wait, no. Too many cards. I guess this. Could lock down for Rest in Peace, because they do probably have that card. Yeah, I know, right? Well, no, didn't I thought they changed the prize payout now? Or am I just imagining things? I could have sworn they changed the prize payout. Well, I guess we're just living with Rest in Peace now. All right, touche. One night stand. I mean, there's no reason to take the other one, right? Like, would have had it too, man. We would have had it too. God damn it. Never lucky. We would have had the nuts. I guess, because they have Torch, I probably should have discarded a land instead. They probably should play the second Rip. Because if I draw... Yeah. Let's go to combat. I mean, this is just a classic play draw diff. They still have Sacred Foundry, right? They didn't play that. I mean, I'm just gonna play a 4-3, I guess. Sure. They can go torch the tower, sack the Rest in Peace, then play the second one. It's kind of funny. I think they're gonna do that. Oh, they're killing that, okay. It will fall out. It will. Yeah, I guess that's true. If they expect I have lockdown, it makes sense to not cast the second one. All right. Never mind. Am I supposed to bring in lockdown in this matchup? Maybe I am. Yeah, it's going okay. Started off pretty well. I've been mostly impressed with the new cards. Surely this hits something, right? Major another torch. Okay. Unfortunately, this is the downside of playing Say Its Name, is it does not work through Rest in Peace. So we need to find a Boseiju or a Tear Asunder. Oh, it's Kahira time. Thoughtseize target acquired. Say Its Name does not work. Perfect. Gotta get this fucking Kahira out of here. Guess I'll take the March now. It is a little scary leaving them with Kahira, because the Kahira is a creativity target. But I think it's worth it. Okay. Okay. So they have Kahira, and that's it. We both have been drawing extremely well, so. I'm gonna hold lands in hand, I think. Maybe like, I guess I boarded out the Bitter Triumphs, but Raffine's Informant could be a reason to hold lands. Right, yeah. So there's a big difference between Say Its Name and something like Cash Grab, where if you read the text on Cash Grab, it says specifically, here, I'll show you. Greasefang. So let's do a quick lesson here. So Cash Grab says you may put a permanent card from among the cards milled this way into your hand. So regardless of what zone those cards go to, because it has the word among, that means that no matter where they go, you're always looking at that zone. But this one specifically says you may return a creature or land card from your graveyard, where if the cards are getting exiled, this is only looking at your graveyard, not specifically where the cards are going, if that makes sense. I think I block here. Cut off their like treasure generation. I mean, I'm gonna lose if they drew a creativity anyways, but what they discard last turn? Kahira Parlor. Seems like they didn't find a removal spell. Oh, they found a removal spell for the cat token. Okay. That was a reason to not block with the cat token. Yeah, because now I can't crew the Chariot next turn. How would Cash Grab work with Wheel of Sun and Moon? Would it still work even though they are now in the library? That is a question that I do not know the answer to. Your guess is as good as mine on that one. Do I have for the trade? Probably not. I need the extra body in play for the Chariot. I have no idea how that works. What's the text on Wheel of Sun and Moon? What does it say exactly? Card wheel. On down below. If a card would be put to enchanted player's graveyard from anywhere, instead that card is revealed and put on the bottom of that player's library. And this is also instead, right? I don't know how that works. So, you know what would be my guess in that situation would be you would cast the Cash Grab, you would look at the top four, make your selection, and then put the rest of them on the bottom. I think that's how it would work. But don't quote me on that. That would be my guess. Does that sound right? Because I think that's how you would also resolve Cash Grab, right? You would cast the Cash Grab. Part of the act of the resolution of the Cash Grab is you need to reveal the cards, make your selection, and then you would put the rest into exile. So I think it would work the same way. Yeah, they definitely can, Adam. guess I am at 10 life. I have to be a little bit careful about my life total. Have I tried a Modern or Pioneer brew for turn 1? They binned a Fable? Holy shit. I tried something similar, but it was unplayable because if you didn't draw Viper, your deck didn't do anything. That was the big issue. Like, it sounds good in theory to do something like that, but just imagine the games where you don't draw Viper. Then your deck just doesn't do anything at that point, is the issue. I want to say the version that I tried had something like 4 Ornithopter, 4 Gleeful Demolition, 4 Spiteful Hexmage, and then, the Vipers. But it's like, you need to find, if you're going to do something like that, you need to find a way, like some other sort of payoff for the games where you don't draw Viper, like some other way to utilize all this extra random junk you have lying around, I don't know how I won that game, but we won the game, so I guess I'll take it. YouTube. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you very, very much for watching. As far as what we learned about Greasefang, relatively impressive performance. So one thing worth noting is that, like, the mill enablers. So I think Say Its Name and Overlord are, as we talked about a couple of times throughout the video, better than previous mill enablers because they get from the graveyard, not just from among the milled cards. So, for example, if your opponent kills your Greasefang and you draw in one of these later on, it's not required that you mill over the Greasefang in the top 3 or 4 cards. So I think that's better. I could maybe see playing Grizzly Salvage over Cash Grab, but it is important that Cash Grab not only grabs Chariot, but also your sideboard cards like Lockdown, Hearse, and Bankbuster. So I think I still like this split of mill enablers. The Shredder didn't come up too often, but again, it seems good in theory. We never were ever in a position where this came up, but if you're going to play Say Its Name, it's kind of free to play the first copy. And then the other kind of like flex spots were the 2 Duresses, the 2 Triumphs. Excuse me, I think I like that split. The one thing that I want to try and find is how do we make room for a boat? Because I do kind of want a boat in the main deck. It's possible that boat is better than Hedge Shredder. I could certainly see that being the case. As far as the sideboard is concerned, everything felt pretty good. If you're playing a boat in the main, I still think I would keep the second boat in the sideboard. But I kind of like all these numbers, so felt pretty clean. Good list, would recommend. If you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, comment, let me know what you thought down below, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye, YouTube.